What is going on, gamers? It's your boy Max Ketchum here, and I just want to share my thoughts on Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl now that it's been out for a week. I've been playing this game non-stop, having a ton of fun with it. Absolutely love the game, but of course there's some things that I think could and should be improved about it. It's not perfect, so yeah, just wanted to express my opinions on it, both for the better and for the worse. Let's start with the good stuff, right? And actually, let's start with an intro to me, in case you're unfamiliar. I've been playing Smash competitively for about 15 years. My first tournament was in 2007 for Melee. Competed all throughout Brawl and Smash 4. Competed a bit in the beginning of Ultimate. Now I mostly just do commentary and other stuff like organizing tournaments, streaming, you name it. But yeah, when I saw that Ludosity was making this game, I was super hyped, because I also have been playing Slap City for about 3 years, and I absolutely love that game. That's become really my favorite platform fighter before this one. So I knew I had to get on the game immediately when I saw the studio behind it. So let's talk real quick about the positives of the game. And I think really number one, front and center, coolest thing about it is the movement. You can wave dash, wave land. It's all super fast and easy. Like, I'm just mashing X and R at the same time, and I'm wave dashing super free. You can wave land off platforms, unlike Ultimate. Thank God. You know, Slap City is a game that was made in the image and likeness of Melee, and this game is made in the image and likeness of Slap City. So you can fast fall your aerials by air dashing down in the middle of them, an 8-way air dash to move around. I think the movement is really like the number one coolest thing about this game. By the way, Ultimate players, I noticed, have not really been using the movement to its fullest capabilities, or even close. So guys, if you're an Ultimate player, familiarize yourself with how to do this. It's not as punishing as, say, Melee, where you go into free fall if you miss a wave dash and then you could die. In this game, you just air dash instead, and you could act very quickly. So it's a lot more forgiving, it's easier to learn, and it's really fucking fun once you start cracking into that. The engine's very creative. You know, this is a game that's like about oppressing people, killing them off one exchange, or like putting them in a bad spot and capitalizing immensely, trying to turn it into a one-player game. There's a lot of like setup and set play kind of shit in this game. Very, very fun. Very different from the Brawl Smash 4 Ultimate vibe of like footsies, ticky-tack, you know, 1-2 hit combos, whatever it is. This is definitely a lot more like Melee, for example. And it's really fun. Again, it's kind of like an easier gateway into this kind of high-speed platform fighter. And yeah, the game's really fucking fast and creative. Combos are very fun. They feel pretty intuitive as well. There's a rematch button, which I absolutely love. You can just get right back in the game and keep cracking out. I feel like this game has all the best things about Smash, plus a couple cool new mechanics, right? The only things you really don't have that Smash does would be forward air and back air, because of the way the inputs work. Spot dodge, air dodge, roll. Not massive sacrifices at the end of the day. You have a lot of other shit that makes it more fun as well. Games like Rivals of Aether, for example, I think kind of missed the mark by changing the formula a little too much. It's not as pick up and play for Smash players as this game would be. You know, there's no shield or edges in Rivals. It's kind of a big change, whereas this, mostly the same, but it's got its own flavor as well. And there's like the RPS mechanic on Smashes. Aerials can clank. You know, there's a lot of like different stuff in this game, but at the same time, it is at its core Smash. You also have light and strong attacks everywhere, on the ground and in the air. It gives you 6 aerials instead of the 5 in Smash, so losing forward air and back air doesn't matter. You still actually have more moves as a result. And the characters are really fun, and they don't feel repetitive at all. Nobody feels redundant. Everyone's very unique. They all fulfill their own function. Super fucking cool. So I know that list is kind of short, but honestly, like, the game is so good as it is. Nothing can change, and I would still love it just as much as I do now. Though there are some changes I'd like to see, and, you know, some drawbacks to the game. So let's get into those. I think a lot of them are like aesthetic. Number one is that there's no costumes. There's also no voice acting. Like, dittos are really hard when you don't have costumes. Teams are really hard. But no voice acting. I didn't think I would mind, but I just played a modded version of the game that had it, and it was way more engaging and fun and silly in a lot of ways, you know. So it's actually a change that I would welcome very strongly. Wish it was in, but, you know, again, no costumes or voice acting wouldn't really change my opinion on the game for the word too much. I still love it as is. There's also not a lot of music. I think that's really the heaviest hitter. There's 1 song per stage, only a couple stages in the game. Slap City allowed you to pick whatever song as soon as you start the game. It just prompts you to choose a track. Would love to see that in this game, but also just straight up more tracks as well, because there's only 1 per stage. There's also not a lot of legal stages. It's Jellyfish Fields, Urkin Armada Invasion, Harmonic Convergence, and Rooftop Rumble. Only 4. Rooftop Rumble lags online, and Harmonic Convergence, I believe, lags on the Switch, which is also kind of limiting. In terms of something that actually applies in the game, there's a buffer issue with the C-Stick, where if you buffer a C-Stick input when you're transitioning from the ground to the air, sorry, let me just get it. Yeah, like that right there. So I'm inputting C-Stick down as I'm wave landing or wave dashing off the stage, which should give me light down air because C-Stick is always light attack in the air. But I'm getting strong down air because I started on the ground and I input that C-Stick input while I was on the ground. And C-Stick is strong attack on the ground. So yeah, just something minor that I would like to see changed. Not the biggest deal in the world, but it would suck if it cost somebody a tournament match. There's also very limited control customization. You can only bind one command to one button. You can't have multiple jump buttons, for example. There's no tap jump. There's no tilt stick on the ground option. Something I think, again, Ultimate players would really like to see would be that tilt stick. There are probably players who'd like to do smash stick in the air, for example. And Slap City had very thorough control customization. Would like to see that echoed in this game as well. Also, tap jump doesn't exist because they want you to be able to play the game equally well on all kinds of controllers, including keyboards on PC. And there's no jump squat, so if you pressed up and A to do a light attack, you know, you would just jump and you wouldn't get your up tilt. So I think they could remedy this by adding tilt stick to the game, because then you don't have to press up on the control stick and A to get up tilt. You can just press it on the C stick, and then you can use tap jump as well. So I think those two things together would actually completely solve the issue. It'd be really nice. There's no random stage select filter, so if you pick random, you're just getting a random stage. Kind of sucks, especially because there's a rematch button. It would be really nice to just rematch to a random stage over and over again, but you can't do that. You just either have to run it back to the same stage or go back to character select and then pick another one. The top tiers are very strong and the low tiers are very weak, by the way. Characters like Toph and Patrick feel completely unusable, whereas characters like Lucy, Leonardo, Oblina, for example, they all feel really fucking strong. So I know the devs are going to balance the game. There are definitely going to be character balance changes as patches roll out, so I'm very confident that will change. The other stuff I'm not really sure if it'll get addressed. I hope it does, but the balance, I think that's really like the least of my concerns, because I know they'll fix it. There's also a mechanic called momentum canceling, where if you're getting knocked back for long enough, you can jump and air dash to break your knockback and you'll just live forever. So cross stage kills are actually kind of rare in this game. Because of that, it's kind of goofy seeing people get hit at like 200 and just live for no reason, even if it's a powerful attack that hit them. Not sure if momentum canceling should stay or go, because it does take your aerial resources. You know, you lose your jump and your air dash, so if you get hit again, you can't do it, and you might actually just give up your ability to recover properly. Though, as much as I dislike momentum canceling, there's also some straight up broken, like way too strong moves in this game that make me feel like you need it. So I'm not sure where I stand on that at the end of the day. Some moves have crazy high base knockback, like Powdered Toast Man's strong up air, Danny Phantom's strong up air, Cat Dog's strong up air. Really, a lot of strong up airs can just roof you at absolutely nothing. So I don't know if they should tweak the base knockback, or if getting rid of momentum canceling would make those moves too OP. Maybe extend the capability to DI. You can only go up, down, left, or right, and depending on the move, like only 2 directions for DI. Really like to see it be in full effect like it is in a game like Melee, for example, where you can really influence how you're going to get knocked back on hit. Definitely something that the game could probably benefit from. Get you out of some stupid auto combos like Oblina Dare loops or whatever, as well as compensating for momentum canceling being removed, perhaps. But yeah, overall, you know, not too many cons. Like, again, mostly aesthetic, couple like nitpicky control things, and then balance slash, you know, do we keep momentum canceling slash these extremely strong kill moves in the game? I don't know. Again, this is a game that's about oppressing and murdering your opponent, not like a ticky-tack footsies game like Ultimate and, you know, the newer family of Smash games, Brawl and Smash 4 included. So I'm down for crazy bullshit to be in the game. I'm not really like super against it, but maybe just like pick and choose which crazy bullshit actually remains in the game a little bit more carefully. And you know, I actually had uploaded this video the day prior to this, but I wanted to revise it and make a new edition, both to fix some audio issues in the video, as well as addressing online, which I had barely played until after I made that video. I streamed some online and, you know, have some opinions about that now. I think the online is probably the game's biggest weakness, but it's also great at the same time. There's rollback netcode, which is fucking awesome. Like, I really wish Smash had that. I would like to see every fighting game have that. But rollback is actually like super struggle mode when you fight somebody with a bad connection, because you can like hit them and then the game's like, oh nope, rolling it back to right before you hit them. You actually didn't hit them. Now they're hitting you and you died because you were trying to continue your combo when you should have been like DIing and trying to escape. Very unfortunate, but again, I would rather have bullshit like that and rollback netcode than switching to delay based and just having every game be shitty. Also, rage quitting online does not cost you elo. Played against 2 rage quitters earlier today. I was smoking them. They had high ladder points. I could have taken it from them, but nope, they just get off scot-free by rage quitting. I gain nothing. Really sucks. I would like to see that changed. Rematching can be slow, especially because I don't think there's a post-match timer. Like, they can take as long as they want to decide what they're going to do. You can just be stuck there waiting. And sometimes you get put in a random lobby after your online matches. Don't know what's up with that, but I'm sure that's going to be fixed. Either way, I think the online could definitely see some improvements. But yeah, guys, overall, just to wrap things up, I would say this is easily my favorite platform fighter of all time. It was already Slap City. I like that more than Melee and Ultimate or any of the newer Smash games. It just has all the best parts of Smash. But this has all the best parts of Slap City and then some, plus some really cool characters that are obviously very iconic because they come from TV shows that we all watched as kids. It's a great spiritual successor to Slap. Shout outs to Ludosity. The game's fucking awesome, and every time they make a fighting game, bro, it's gonna be a hit. That's what I am picking up from this. And it's also bringing all the platform fighter communities together, right? Melee, Ultimate, PM, Rushdown, Revolt, Rivals of Aether, Brawlhalla, you name it, bro. People are getting on this game, and they're getting involved and very competitive, and you get to see shit like Thunder's Reign versus Full Stream, or like Void versus Fumblin, Plup versus Pugsy. I don't know, man. All these dream matchups where if you follow other platform fighters that aren't Smash, you never would have imagined it, right? And also, I'm hosting an event in November, by the way. It's going to be 5v5 crew battles, each repping 8 different games, and they get to prove, like, yo, our community is the best at Nick. Like, now that we all meet on this turf, like, the real Chads came from this game. Like, Slap City Chads versus Brawlhalla Chads, I don't know, versus Ultimate, etc. That's going to be really cool. It's going to be high stakes, $100 a head, so $4,000 pot, winner take all. Can't wait for that. Look out for that in the future. But yeah, I think it's really sick that people are just kind of all meeting in the middle here to play in this game. And it looks like people from each of those games are going to be really good at it based on early tournament results. Also, there's developer support for this game, which Smash notably does not have. Nintendo doesn't really give a flying fuck about the competitive scene from what it seems. They never give pop bonuses or any kind of meaningful support, whereas Nickelodeon has already thrown $10K towards SmashCon Fall Fest in the pot. That's huge. It's going to be the first LAN this coming weekend. I'm going to be competing there. Cannot fucking wait for that. And yeah, just like knowing that the company that made the game or made the IP in the game is down for it, and they're down to throw that juicy Nickelodeon or Viacom money at this game becoming an esport and making the scene thrive. That's so huge, man. Like, this game is definitely designed with competition in mind. That's why they got the Slap City devs to make it, right? It's not like fun time kindergarten adventures. No, this is a fast moving competitive game. There's not even items in it, right? Like, they want this to be played competitively. They are clearly interested in esports. So I really can't wait to see the future of this game, both what Nickelodeon and Ludosity do with it, but also what the community does with it, and just how this is able to grow, get people involved, all the hype matches that are going to happen, the storylines, etc. I would really strongly recommend this game. 10 out of 10 fun for me. I think the more creative and reckless you get with the movement, the more fun you're going to have with it. There's just an infinite ceiling in this game waiting to be pushed. So, guys, yeah, definitely check the game out. Leave a comment, by the way, if you have any thoughts on what I said. If you agree or disagree, whatever. Drop a like if you enjoyed it. Drop a subscription to the channel for more. It's free. Really help. I'm going to be putting out content for Smash, Nick, Pokemon, a couple other games, maybe, who knows. I'm back on the stream grind. You can catch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/MaxKetchum. Catch me on Twitter at MaxKetchum_. And you can see me around the world commentating Smash Bros. And probably Nick, definitely Nick, a lot in the future. I'll be competing in this game as well. It's definitely reawakened that competitive drive within me that Ultimate kind of missed the mark on. So, yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.